Hi guys, this is Carlos from Tech. In today's tutorial, we'll be setting up the WordPress interface to get beginning with our software development projects. So to begin with everything, we are going to install some plugins and some things for our WordPress environment. On any Windows operating system, press your start button. You can begin to type WAMP. So this comes on Windows 7. You have a different interface. Okay, so we are going to start our WAMP server and make sure this red icon becomes green to give us the go ahead to continue with our development. Okay, so now we have the go ahead to move on. You first of all open your browser, and from your browser we open our website that we began to develop. That was on the local host at Tech. Okay, so from our previous tutorial we learned how to come up with such interface of this sort. So mind you that this interface is just by the default. Okay, the default interface of any WordPress development. So this theme is serving as the default theme of the system. So we need to get to our dashboard. So in WordPress, to get to our dashboard, we need our WP admin, meaning we are going to the admin board. Okay, then hit enter. So now let's provide our username and password just like what we began to do the last time. And my username is Carlos and my password is in my head. Okay, so you provide your own password, so you move on. Okay, so this is the dashboard of our WordPress environment. Okay, let's open our site behind this dashboard and see how it looks. Alright, so this is our website. Okay, and this is our dashboard. So let's move on to our dashboard, and in the dashboard in the left panel you have some menus arranged over here for you. Say for instance you are developing a website, you actually need everything over here to do your development. In this case we are trying to develop a system. Okay, we are trying to develop a software out of the WordPress environment. So not everything over here that are going to be more important for us. For example, this post over here, we actually don't need it in the development. We actually need the media, we need the pages. This commenting is also not very much needed in our development process. And for the appearance, plugins, users, tools and settings, we're actually going to use this very much. Okay, so the first thing we like to do is to customize our site using a plain interface that can help us develop a correct system. Okay, so we want to install a theme for our system. So let's go to customize and have a look at the current theme that we have in the system. The theme is to set out a good layout and a beautified environment for our development. So when you look at this, we actually don't like this interface that much. Okay, so this is our dashboard that help us to set up our theme. Okay, so if you want to change your theme, you can actually begin it from this way. But today I'm going to show you how, and in a different way, we can actually change our themes. So we go to appearance, we click on our themes. Okay, alright, so initially WordPress comes with 3 default themes: 2017, 2015 and 2016. Okay, every year they develop more default themes. Okay, I have 3 ways of installing themes. You can begin to install your theme by clicking on add new, and with your internet connection you can look for any theme at all of your own choice. Okay, by default some of the themes will come over here, so if you want to install one, you just activate it and you view your layout. Okay, alright, but then for this development you are going to get beginning with how to use a theme called Travelify. Okay, so you are going to type that Travelify. Okay, I like that very much because it helps you develop a plain system. Okay, so our Travelify, here we are with Travelify. Okay, so this is our Travelify, so you can begin to install your theme from here. Okay, another way of installing this Travelify theme, it's also by downloading it first and going to this site to upload the Travelify theme. Okay, that is manually, and this is directly from the internet, and to choose this is definitely a manual way of doing so. So I have some Travelify themes downloaded over here. I can still go ahead and click on one of them and do my installation, and it comes into this dashboard. Okay, and when it comes to the dashboard, you view it from the sites and you have it done. Okay, alright, but the third way of installing the theme is actually by customizing your theme. Okay, I have a way of customizing my theme, pretty much to say that I have a way of actually putting it more code. Okay, and setting up my own preferences for the theme. Okay, so we're going to have a look at how to do that, and I would very much like it to go by that way. Okay, so to begin with, this is what you do. Let me go to where I downloaded my themes. These are all my themes over here, and probably I would like to use this very theme, and this is what I've actually extracted over here. Okay, so in this theme, the editable things over here, things that you might actually like to be editing at more time is the function, okay, the PHP function. You can open your function. For this, I'm using Notepad++. Okay, I can make this available with the links for you. Okay, all right. So the function allows you to define what you want this particular interface to do for you, what you want the system to run on for you. Okay, any code at all you place into this particular code environment over here will take effect directly from the site any moment you load it, or anything that loads on the site. Okay, so the function runs on that, and the next thing you can actually get hold of is your style sheet, your cascading environment. Okay, so this is the style sheet. We are going to open that to see how it looks. Okay, this is your style sheet, right? This is your style sheet. So I have customized this environment. Okay, so I'll pretty much like to use this rather than using the default theme environment because of the layout, the interfaces, and how I want it to appear. You can equally learn some CSS and do your own customization from here. Alright, so I'm going to close this. I'm going to minimize this, and then probably we are going to learn how to do this installation manually. Okay, after you have edited your theme. What actually happens is that after you edit this particular theme folder, you might actually render this theme vulnerable. Okay, meaning after editing it, you have actually hacked the system. You have actually hacked this particular theme over here, and sometimes when you're doing the installation through the dashboard, it gives you a lot of errors. Okay, so if you're interested in editing your theme, you come here, you do your editing, and you do a manual upload or a manual installation of your theme. So you are going to copy this. Okay, this is how we do that. I'm going to copy it. Mind you, this is the edited one, but by default, if you want to use a plain default theme, you do the installation from the dashboard, okay, over here, or you download it first and you do your manual installation here. But I want to do my own hacking installation. Okay, so this is how it goes. So I'm going to copy this, okay, and I'm going to my one folder, go to www. The one folder is actually in your local DC. Okay, so we move to your local DC. This is my one folder. I'm going to www. I have to move to Edcatech. That is our system that we began to develop. Okay, so I'm going to the contents, and you can see plugin, themes, upgrades, uploads, and index. So I'm going directly to themes. So in the theme by default, we have these three things by default that WordPress brings to you: 2015, 16, and 17. Okay, so I'm going to paste this over here. So immediately I paste this over here, and I go to my dashboard. When I reload the theme environment, okay, so let's see if our theme that we have managed to upload appears here. There you go. Okay, so you now have your theme uploaded over here. So initially this was the interface we have, and now the theme is now here. Okay, so we want to activate this particular thing after we place in some code to hack it. Okay, so I'm activating this. Okay, and probably let's move to it dashboard customization. Okay, customize the site, right? So we want to customize the thing. Okay, so to make it look more appealing. Is that right? Very good. So this is what you are going to see. Okay, this is what you are going to see. Okay, after I have actually made it possible to edit my theme. Okay, by default it's not supposed to be like this, but after hacking it, after putting in some codes, studying some few things out, so this is what you get. Okay, so what I want to do over here is to disable all these features over here. Okay, so let's run our site now and see how it looks after we made this. Very good. So this is actually more appealing interface for our software development, okay, for our system development. Alright, so this is what I want to do. Okay, for the color, for now I don't want to change my color, but what I want to do is the background image, I want to take it off. Okay, and then any color of the system, I think we should use plain white. Okay, so for the footer, let's change some things over here. Let's see, copyright content. Okay, so immediately you do that, see this changing over here. Are we okay? Alright, so this is it, copyright Tech. So what else? Let's look at the topographical colors. I'm not so much interested in that. The element color, the wrapper around. Okay, this particular wrapper around here, I want to make it clear, very clear. That's okay, right? Okay, so for now I think it's okay. We can run on this, right? So now let's save and publish. And now let's look at our site. You look at this interface, but then let's reload it now and see how it looks right now. Wow, interesting. Okay, so this is what we have for now. And what you're going to do here is we leave this environment. Okay, so the post, like I said earlier, we don't actually need a post for anything. So we are going to delete this post. Okay, we are going to take it off. I'm going to trash it. And now we have a plain system. So let's reload this. And now no post found. Then it's okay that way for us. Okay, so what we are going to do now is we go to our pages. Okay, so this is the sample page, as in what you see over here as the sample page. But I want to change this to something like home or menu. Okay, so let's change this to home. Let's change to menu. Okay, menu. So let's update this. You see, by default a post supposed to appear on this particular page, okay, which is not probably the sample page. Are we okay? So on the sample page we also have another thing over here. Okay, so this is what we have on the sample page to be the menu, as we have changed it now. Okay, but when the WordPress site loads, by default it's supposed to show posts. Okay, but we can initially make this to show what exactly we want. Okay, so let's go back to the dashboard and go back to settings, go back to reading. Just like what I said, we'll be using this place very much. So let's go back to the settings, come to reading. Okay, when the press load, what do you want? Okay, so here it's placed or set on your latest post, so you want it to be a static page, starting from which page? From the menu page. Are we there? So we save the changes, and anytime we load the live page of this particular site, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see everything loading. Okay, so from now anytime you load this is what you're going to see. Okay, so assuming this is our menu page, so we now have a fresh look, and we can now begin to do some few things, begin to write some codes, and begin to install some plugins to help us develop a well elaborate system. Thank you very much for watching. Follow up on the channel for more tutorials on the continuation of how to make this amazing. Thank you.